Then I want to do.
And we are.
Hello.
Helen?
It is Friday night for me, but it is Saturday.
It's very much morning for me. It's 1 a.m. Where are you?
It is 1 a.m. For Estelle, so I want to thank her for agreeing to be my co-host tonight. Estelle, why don't you introduce yourself?
So hi guys, I'm Estelle van de Velde. I'm an indie author, a Belgian one. We don't hear that very often, but yes, I do. I am from Belgium, and I'm also a YouTuber. I post videos on writing, editing, self-publishing, and also writing vlogs.
Yes. Her channel is linked down below. For those of you who may not know, my name is Zara Hoffman. I'm a self-published author of young adult paranormal romance. I am not Belgian. I live in the US. And I host writing sprints 3 times a week throughout past month and then for this month. But I also make videos about my writing and about the theater. I forgot I had us open on another tab. Just close that. So we will be doing 4 20-minute long sprints. The stream is scheduled to go for 3 hours. It would help if I held up 3 fingers instead of 4 when I said 3 hours. But if we finish the final sprint a bit early, we might do an extra sprint, or we might end early, depending on what everyone wants. So what are you working on tonight? And also, how's Nano going for you if you're doing Nano?
So NaNoWriMo is not going very well for me, to be honest. Because so the first day it went very well. I did 2.5K in just one day, and it was incredible to be back in my story.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm working on a YA contemporary fantasy novel, which I've been working on for like 3 years already. So it's like the 5th draft. Yeah, I realized actually that my outline wasn't that good. I had to fix plot holes and stuff like that. So on the Monday and Tuesday and a little bit of the Wednesday as well, I had to go back to my outline and not really working, which was kind of stressful and disappointing because I couldn't write for NaNoWriMo for those 3 days. But anyway, I had a lot of things going on. I had my full-time job as well that I had to manage. And so I decided to drop off NaNoWriMo today. So I was like...
Oh, so you're not doing it anymore?
No, I'm not doing it anymore, but I'm still, well, as you can see, I'm still doing write-ins and stuff because I love all the excitement that is around NaNoWriMo, and I'm still working on my novel anyway. So it's just, I'm not counting the words like I would usually do for NaNoWriMo. But
I might be following suit really soon because I have been so bad this NaNoWriMo. It's embarrassing. Let me see. I didn't do any writing on the second day because my mental health took a hit like on the first day. So my first day wasn't that productive, but then I did nothing on the second day. And then the third day, I wrote a total of 4 words.
Oh, wow. And then, that's just something. See the positive side of it.
I know, but it's like normally in NaNoWriMo, I write at least 200 words in a day. It's like it's very rare that I actually write the goal of 1667 words
Yeah,
in
it's a
any
lot,
single
right?
given day. But like I'm never like in the teens or lower, which is what I've been this entire time, other than the first where I wrote 127 words. And so I might have to like just make my goal of I want to write every day from here on out and forget about the like NaNoWriMo 50,000 words goal.
Yeah.
I mean, I am doing Milwordy, so my goal is to write as many words as possible, but I'm also not going to win that. So, and I haven't done out the math to see if I could even win like a quarter Milwordy. And I'm not going to say my goal for Milwordy has changed, that like, oh, I can't do a full Milwordy, so my goal is now like a quarter Milwordy or whatever. I'm just going to keep saying my goal was 1,000,000 words in a year, but I'm not reaching that because of blank. So we'll see. I am working on my story, but kind of similar to you, but in the reverse. My outline is great, but what I thought was okay, what had been previously written, wasn't as good. So normally I'm okay with just being like, oh, I can leave it, but it's stuff that's like I thought like, oh, okay, everything's been written up until this point. I know certain things need to change, but like I can just write forward. But then when November started, I was like, oh, this scene needs to actually go in between existing scenes. So then I was rereading, I was like, oh, this isn't great. So I fell into the trap of like starting to fix things. So
Yeah, we all fall into that trap. Don't worry.
Let's see who's here. Gavinator, hello. I don't know if I've ever seen you on my channel before, but hello. Kelly dropped in briefly to say, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Kelly is on a date night with her husband tonight, so she was just shopping in. Hi, Regina. So glad that this timing works for you. Hi, Haley. Haley is 3 hours behind me. Whereas can I do math? You're 6 hours ahead of me. So we kind of answered what we're working on today. We're working on our stories, which are/were our nano projects. And we'll see if we're both still doing nano by the end of this week. I am going to be uploading a week on nano vlog, regardless of whether I stay in nano or not. Let's see. Regina says it's nice to meet you, Estelle. Petra's here. Natalie is here. Haley's working on a map village area for my book. That sounds cool. So you're drawing it yourself, or are you using a software? I'm curious. Hi, Carrot Cake. Yeah, I'm glad that this stream will help continue your good day. Hi, Stig. Estelle, you can be a rebel.
Yes. Well, I might be a nano rebel, yes.
Yes.
Well, I will update my word count on the Nano website, so that's that. But I know that I will not reach the 50,000 words.
I mean, I update on the Nano website regardless. I kind of said it in my clip from my vlog today. But like when we transferred everything over to the new site, I just like deleted incomplete nanos from the past because I was working on the same projects multiple times, like in a row. And I just felt like, I don't know, like I think if it had all stayed on the same site, I wouldn't have done that. But I just decided to do that for this time around. But like going forward, like I'm not going to delete nanos that I fail from my account because I have been doing it every year since 2006, I think. Maybe. So I've been doing it a lot, but my profile doesn't reflect that anymore. The forest code for people who want to enter the room is 348 PTXF. Estelle, am I friends with you on this app?
Yes, you are.
Okay, then I'm going to invite you to the room.
I'm coming anyway.
Okay.
There.
You're entering it yourself? Yay.
And
okay.
here.
Yay. Okay, because I was like, oh, I can just invite you for the future ones. So then you can just click accept. Bree Bonomo is here and says, good luck writing all. Thank you. Regina said, yay, 4 words. Thank you for your support, Regina. Carrot Cake is doing the same as Estelle. I'm getting the motivation from Nano, but not counting the comments just up, but not counting anything. Gotcha. Hello, Corme. Regina said, all my computers are home and working. Stig said, my Nano goal is to work on my novel every day. Yeah, that's what my goal is now, personally. Charlotte Creates came in. Crystal Rock, hello. I don't know if you've ever been to my channel before, Crystal Rock, so welcome. Cat Flies, hello. Glad to see you back. Okay, Haley's World is using Incarnate for the map. And Ivy Jackson is here. Hello, nice to meet you. The force code again is up on screen. It is 348PTXF. I'm going to be starting the first sprint soon, so I'm going to add the timer to the screen. I'm going to get the first banner ready to click on. 7-Eleven. There are 3 people in the room. We're going to start soon. If you can hear the TV in the background, my mom is watching TV, and I apologize. Okay, it looks like no one else is coming into the room, so we're going to start. Catfly says, I haven't written it all today. I need the words. Well, I didn't write anything on the second, and I wrote 4 words on the third, so I also need the words.
We all need the words.
Yeah, and Ivy says the same. So we all need the words. So I'm going to start the sprint in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. that was the end of the first sprint. How did people do? That went by really fast for me.
Yeah, it went really fast for me too. I did, wait a minute. I did 282 words.
Ooh, I got hold on, wait, let me count. In the meantime, people in the comments, please let me know how you did. I'm just gonna do a little counting thing.
So do you use Scrivener or do you use Word?
I use Scrivener, but I was kind of bouncing all over the place. Like I wasn't writing in one section, so I can't just highlight it all and take that. So let me just count.
Because Scrivener is like counting your words if you're going up in the bar. The top of your screen, if you
I did some writing a few words earlier today, so I can't use the like word progress for the day anymore. I wrote 152 words.
decent.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not exactly happy with them, but like, yes. At this point, I'm just like, you know what? Any words, I'll take them. Because normally, and I've talked about this with RP Winters, who's another author tuber, is that like generally like he won't write words if he knows they're crap. And I'm not saying the words that I wrote this time around were crap. I'm not saying that. But like I'm not happy with them, but I'm not disgusted with them, so I'm just gonna leave them be.
Yeah, same. I'm not disgusting with them, so that's fine.
Yeah, it's like they're good enough is what I gotta get to. And my good enough threshold has dropped because of how badly I've been doing so far.
Oh.
Where I'm like, I just want the words. I'm not drinking tea, Regina. I'm drinking some wine.
Nice.
Just because I really wanted something sweet. And the only one I like is like some really sweet dessert wine. So Ashley and Lizzie came in. Hello. Lizzie's currently editing a mermaid short story. The first time my dad will ever be reading. Oh, wow. He's grading it for my creative rank. Is he your teacher or is he just like providing feedback before you submit to class? 246. Awesome. Awesome, Regina. 133. And I spent the last 4.5 minutes going over it. I mean, that's fine. That's still productive. I finished the map. Next sprint, I'm going to start writing. Awesome. Ivy, 169. Crystal, I was outlining later chapters in my Nano book, but I got a bit distracted. That's okay. We're all human. That's weird.
Yeah, that is.
Okay, that I've never heard of before. Mana Banana. I'm assuming it rhymes, given your username. But hello. Welcome. I don't know if I've ever seen you on my channel before. I don't believe so. So welcome to my channel. Also 221 words. Awesome. Okay, I'm trying to see. Kat replied to something. And I'm confused as to what it was, but that's okay. Oh, drinking tea. Okay, Kat is drinking tea, and it feels very therapeutic after computer problems. To just make tea and have cookies. Ooh, what type of cookies? I'm sorry. Food distracts me.
I
also drinking tea.
well, you know,
What
like
is it?
chocolate cereals.
Okay, Cocoa Puffs. It looks like
yeah, that kind of stuff.
Or an equivalent. I don't know if you have if you have that brand Belgian.
Yeah, we have Cocoa Puffs here.
Okay. I like don't want to assume that like American brands are everywhere. Like I know America, you know, like has a lot of things everywhere, but yeah. AuthorTube is not just American, so I don't like to assume stuff.
Yay, Europe.
Oh, by the way, how's Belgium with the
The
pandemic.
lockdown. Well, we are in the second lockdown. So our government said that it was highly recommended that we work from home. So we've been home working for like 2 weeks already,
Mhm.
and it's gonna be like that until at least beginning of December.
Okay.
And we are like wondering what's gonna happen during Christmas. I mean, will they allow us to see our family, or will we have to organize an online Christmas party?
Yeah. My family every year does Thanksgiving, and it's normally pretty big by a lot of my friends' standards. And then every other year, everyone in my generation, I say my generation actually because they're technically millennials, and according to the majority of research, I'm technically Gen Z, like the first year of Gen Z. Although some research says I'm the last year of millennials, so whatever. Most of them are married. So every other year they spend with their spouse's family. So last year was that year where they were all with us. So this year it was already going to be smaller, but because of the pandemic, it's now just going to be me, my mom, my two uncles, my two aunts, and my aunt's mom and brother, because she's the one hosting with my uncle. So it's going to be much smaller, but there's a long time where we just thought we weren't going to do anything because everyone in my family's a bit older. Puppy Cameo. Hi. Do you want to come up on my bed? You want to come up on my bed? I promise I won't make you be on camera the whole time.
That's funny. It looks like she's smiling.
I know. I think it's because she just ate or she just drank water, so her hair is like revealing her mouth a bit more. Ready? Up. Up. Oh, come on. She knows how to do it. There are just times where she's like, nah. Okay. Alexa got 138. Azure, hello. Coffee works in the morning, but in the afternoon, it's so cuddly to have tea. Coffee makes me jittery. I learned that like one time that I tried to get past the taste. I don't like the taste enough to drink it, and I also don't like how jittery it makes me, whereas caffeinated tea is strong enough to like act like coffee for me.
Well, I'm not a coffee drinker either, so
Yay!
no, I don't like the taste at all.
I'm going to put the code back up. It is 39MNGK again. Lizzie is homeschooled, and comments just jumped. Sorry. I'm homeschooled and I teach myself, but my mom wants my dad to grade my short story because he's better at grammar. Okay, Lizzie. Cool. I don't remember if I knew that you were homeschooled, but that is interesting. She has a bed at the foot of my bed, so she's scratching it. So I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that's what's happening if you suddenly hear a very strange sound. Cat drinks coffee all day sometimes, but most of the time it's tea in the afternoon or evening. Regina's eating animal cookies. I love animal cookies. Crystal, this novel I've been doing weird outlining where it's more like writing without the description and details and grammar and stuff. I call it route lining because it's a disgrace to both sides. Okay, because I had seen that in your earlier comment, but I didn't know if that was a typo or something. But that is hilarious. I'm gonna pop that up on screen just because I love it. Okay. Kat, hello. Welcome to the stream. I almost said sprint. We're not into sprint again yet. Kat says online Christmas carols with family around the world, wherever they may be. I mean, that would be cool. Regina got excited by my puppy on camera. And Ivy did the same. Ooh, Estelle, you're in the comments.
Yes,
I just
I
saw that.
am.
Thank you, Kat. It's a really low bed. She jumps up and off my bed all the time here. Where I'm sometimes staying, my bed is, here I'm sometimes staying. But my normal bed is really high, so she never goes on here. But because she is able to hear, she's on my bed all the freaking time. Because she's like, oh, I can do this here. But she just chose not to because, I don't know, she likes to spite me, I guess. I love her, but she's very fickle. Are we friends in the forest app, Haley? I'm not sure. I will check for the next sprint. I don't want to get out of the room because then I'd have to redo the code and people are already in the room. Yeah, there's definitely a difference between different types of coffee, but I don't like American coffee.
I didn't know there was a difference between American coffee and European one. No idea.
I used to know the differences because I don't know. I used to know the differences because if someone explained it to me, but I don't drink coffee, so I ain't care enough to retain that information. Wait, really, Regina? I never would have guessed that. Granted, I only know you from what you type in my comments and Kate Kavanaugh's comments, but still, that was not my guess. Like my guess would have been like somewhere in your 50s max. Let's see. No, but she likes sitting on my bed next to me while I work. So, whatever.
Yeah, I would love to have a dog or a cat. I'm more like a cat person, but my husband is allergic to fur, so either I have a pet or I have a husband, but I can't have both.
My dog doesn't have fur. She has hair, which makes her hypoallergenic, but there's technically no dog that like can cause no allergies because their hair or their fur traps stuff from outside. So like you might be allergic to something that the animal brings in, but your husband wouldn't be allergic to the dog itself if it had hair instead of fur. Because there's no dander, which only happens with fur. Just saying. Haley, the code is on screen. It is 39MNGK. Stig said European coffee is the best. American coffee isn't coffee anymore. Lol. Haley is 14 and Crystal's 13. Oh, wow. Okay, we're going to start the next sprint soon. Regina said, spoken like a true European. Stig said, if I had to choose between a dog or a man, welp, I'm becoming a spinster. So no cat for you either? Or fish if you want to take the Keelan Rivers route? I mean, she wants a dog, but...
And no pets at all.
Kat says if I had to choose, I'd choose dog. I mean, I'm a dog person, but unlike I feel like a lot of dog people, I'm not against cats. I just like dogs more. So like when my ex was like, oh, like I want a dog and a cat, I'm like, I mean, okay. Like I wasn't against it, but I was like, that's a lot of work. You do a lot of like he worked really long hours. And I was like, I don't know if that's fair to the animals. He didn't get them. He hasn't gotten them yet, so. Okay, Sig said, okay, I choose cat over man, but man over fish. Cool. Okay, I'm going to start the sprint. Oh, let me put the counter back up. And we're going to start in, not 5 minutes, 20 minutes. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. Forgot to unmute myself. That was the end of the second sprint. How did you do?
I wrote a little bit more than 100 words.
I wrote like 20 before I got distracted by a YouTube video. Thank you, Carrot Cake. Yeah, I was just watching a video and it was just really wholesome, so it was making me smile. Before that, though, I was smiling because Bradley came onto my bed and I was very happy. Let me go through the comments. Yeah, like I said, I showed my dog on my bed. She jumped up on my own, and I said, if you're wondering what's happening, I'm cooing at my dog because she's 8.5, and I still can't get over how cute she is. We got her when she was like 3 months, because when she was 12 weeks, like the earliest you can get your dog. Like I was in the middle of finals and my mom was like, we're not getting a dog when you're supposed to be studying for finals. I was like, no, I'll study. She's like, no, you won't. So until after. Natalie and Kat didn't judge me, so thank you for that. I've had my cat for 6 years and still keep cooing. Yeah, I mean, our pets have our hearts. I'm sorry your cat bites you, and I don't know who Big Boy is. Is that your other cat? It seems like maybe. Excuse me. Hello. I just had like a little burp and it was silent, which never happens. So I was like, hello, Berry Bad Books. Now that you know how old I am, I don't feel as awkward though. I have over 40. Oh my God. Is it under your name?
Correct.
I realized I could just look it up and then ask you if I don't find anything. Okay, I'm looking that up. Oh my God!
What do you write? Oh, it's romance, right?
Romance. Oh, this looks right up my alley. I will be binging these.
Amazing. And the
hopefully not in the month of November when I should be writing my own stuff, but I will be binging.
The covers are so
That's so cool. Okay, hold on, wait. I want to share the tab.
Oh, there's one about a dog.
Follow.
Loving the sensitive dog. It's called.
USA Today best-selling author.
Wow, I'm so impressed.
Oh my goodness. And you like my channel? My goodness. Now I feel really flattered. Wow. I have a lot of reading fodder now. You just greatly increased my Goodreads TBR.
Yeah,
I thank you and blame you.
Oh, some of them are translated in German. So, Regina, do you speak German?
Yes, I agree, Lizzie. I exactly feel this way. Regina used to be a college professor, so I really miss being around young people. I mean, we're all online, so hello. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't happen all the time, but like more and more because my bed is so low, she comes next to me and it just makes me happy. Aw, I'm sorry. I wish my furry friend didn't bite everything in her sight. Finding y'all on YouTube really kept me sane this past year. Yeah. Yes. Oh, I just had to wash all my bedding, but it was my blind girl, little Winnie. She's a rescued miniature pinscher.
What's a miniature pinscher?
It's a breed of dog.
Oh, okay.
I didn't stop working after last sprint, so I'm calling this my break. Fair enough, fair enough. If it needs to fix my posture, yeah. Such a cute name in reference to Winnie. Winnemucca. Oh, that's cute. I love names with stories behind them. Yep, I love that too. I'm named after two people simultaneously with my first name because my name's Zara and my mom named me after her aunt Zita, but she says Zara instead of Zara to honor both of her grandmothers, whose names were Sarah and Clara. So, added 25 words while editing chapter 1 and starting chapter 2 in my book. Awesome. My bad, that was Tonopah, but Winnemucca is still in the middle of Nevada. Okay. I'm awful at geography, so I'll just kind of believe anything you say.
Well, to be honest, I don't know about the US geography.
Most people in the US don't know US geography either. Like they learn it when they're kids, they have a test and then they forget it. So I've been looking at, the election map and I couldn't remember that Oklahoma was Oklahoma. So I told my mom, I'm like, what's the one that's shaped like a meat cleaver? And my mom burst out laughing. Let me count, says Kat. I deleted some, added some, and filled out 3 names. I mean, productive.
Mm-hmm.
488.
Wow, she crushed it.
Wow, Lydia. Wow. Wrote about 200 words. Awesome. 1201.
Oh,
really crushed it.
Congrats.
Hello, Drea. I saw you come in earlier and then I realized I forgot to actually say hi verbally. So hello, Drea. Yeah. If you're talking to me, yes, I've had her for a long time. This is Crystal Rock. I moved to this account because the other one is old. Oh, okay. Cool. Under Regina Duke, yes. 126. Okay, so you did end up counting. Cool. Right, sweet romance and paranormal. I kind of, if it's romance, I just read it. Like, it doesn't matter the subgenre to me. That was Buster the Wonder Dog, the multi-titled Papillon. Oh, cute. I have 2 translated in German by a professional, not me, and 2 in Castilian. I think I mispronounced that. I know what it's referring to.
Yeah. Because I asked about her German book because I saw on Amazon that she had a German book.
No, but I mean, I think I mispronounced Castilian as a language because it's
Castilian is Spanish, right? Or am I wrong?
It's a type of Spanish, yeah.
And have you ever considered French, Regina?
Yeah, if you wrote stuff in French, I might read your stuff in French. I'm better at reading French than I am at speaking it.
Well, to be honest, I'm better at reading French than speaking it. Just saying.
That makes me feel better. I agree with Carrot Cake, Regina. You're beautiful. And I also can't believe your age, which I expressed earlier. No, I knew you misspelled it, but I just meant my pronunciation. Okay. Cool. Okay, it is 8:16. I created the new room and then I forgot to put the code in, so I'm going to do that now. I don't know what the heck my mom is watching, so I don't know what we will be hearing. So let me just edit the clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, I'm just inviting you directly, Estelle. So all you have to do is click accept. But you might have to leave the other room first.
Wait a minute. Yes, I left the room.
Okay, I clicked create and I invited you, so you should be able to just... The code is 3Z2P89E. 3Z2P89E. It is on screen. I will read it again closer to the start of the sprint, but that will be soonish, so please enter the code. Soonish. Regina said, I speak French, but I only write fiction in English.
Ah.
Okay, so if we translate that to French, that would be Je parle français, mais non, hold on. Je parle français, mais j'écris en anglais seulement. No, j'écris seulement en anglais. The order, I'm messing up.
J'écris de la fiction en anglais. That's what she said.
I told you, I'm really rusty.
Well, don't worry.
Okay, Estelle, it doesn't look like you accepted the invitation. Estelle, it doesn't say you accepted the invitation.
Well, I haven't received it.
Why not? Okay, I'll invite you again.
I don't know if it needs to pop out or...
No, you would just get a notification within the app.
Ah, so where do I get the notifications?
It would just pop up, not hop up. Wow. Haley, I write in horror, adventure, fantasy, and science fiction. Those are the only genres I would write in. I have written in young adult paranormal romance. Like young adult, new adult cusp, kind of, because they're in college, but it's more of a young adult theme story. And then I wrote during April and July's Camp Nanos, I wrote a single new adult sci-fi romance, which is the first in a trilogy. And for this month, I am returning to a young adult dystopian romance, which I started back in 2015. I started in 2015. The last time I worked on it was 2017, aside from this past Preptober. And then I have future young adult contemporary romances planned. I have a new adult contemporary. Actually, I have 2 new adult contemporary romance trilogies planned. Although one might be adult instead of new adult. I haven't totally decided on that one. I have a horror planned. I have an action planned. I'm kind of all over the place. Story ideas come to me in a genre, and I don't like tweak it. Like I get the premise, main character, with a name and a premise, kind of all in one. It just comes to me, and then I have to plan stuff and hope it works out. Okay, Estelle, for some reason the invitation isn't working for you, so you're gonna have to enter the code like a...
Yes, if you can.
Yes, I will put it back up on screen. It is 3Z2P89E. I will leave it up on screen for anyone else who wants to put it in. Trinity Larson, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for making it to the stream. Kat is going to give her wrists a rest. Oh my God, clear the wine got to me. I'm going to take a break and let my wrists rest. Charlotte is majoring in French studies.
Nice.
Drea knows Spanish and English and wishes she knew French. I was learning French and Spanish I would say concurrently, but that's not really true. But I do half Spanish, half French for every year from first grade through fourth grade in my middle school.
Mhm.
And just every summer I'd forget all the Spanish, but I would sometimes remember the French because I had a cousin who was a French teacher who would like practice with me. So it's more. And then in fifth grade, you had to pick one. So I picked French. And then in seventh grade, we all had to take Latin in addition to whatever language we had picked. And then the Latin helped me with the French. And then I continued French through high school and through my sophomore year of college. But once I fulfilled the language requirement, I didn't continue taking it. So now I'm really, really rusty.
Well, when I was in primary school, we had like Dutch classes, but very basic ones, because in Belgium you speak, well, we have two parts of the country, one that speaks French, one that speaks Dutch, and somehow they have to put up together. But in primary school, I had like maybe a year of Dutch, and then in high school you could choose between either Dutch and English. I chose English.
Yeah.
And further into the years, you could also choose to take up Dutch again or German.
So you picked German or Dutch?
No, neither of them. Because
okay, those were optional. Gotcha. Okay, I thought you had to choose again, and the choice was between those two. Okay, I understand now. I just lost where I was. Okay, carrot cake. I don't know any French, so I'll just say yes. English, French, and Portuguese. Cool. It's great. I have some short stories out in horror and sci-fi. I know English and Norwegian for what it's worth.
Wow, I mean, Norwegian. Oh, that's because you know Norwegian, right?
Yeah.
With such a name.
I'm a teen, so I write YA, flash fiction, and short stories. That's cool. I mean, teens don't always have to write young adult stuff. I want that to be put out there for anyone who like may watch this currently or in the future. I dabble in Italian, Welsh, Spanish, and Italian, Welsh, and Spanish, but I'm trying to learn Japanese on my own. That is very cool. Also, Jordan Fegan, who is actually going to be on my channel on this Sunday, she taught English in Japan and in Korea, so she knows Japanese. So you can hit her up. Can't do much other than romance except for short stories here and there, and they're kind of eek. I have written short stories for creative writing classes before, and my teacher liked them, and it's not that I didn't like the short stories I wrote, but I don't enjoy writing short stories. So, and also most of my ideas, they come to me and I'm like, oh, a novel. Like, I could try and pare them down to short stories, but given I don't enjoy writing them, I'm like, is it more work to write a novel in length? I'm not saying that one is more work than the other necessarily, because it depends on the writer, but it's all novels for me. Regina avoids Italian because it affects my Spanish accent. Welsh, and Japanese. I tried and then decided I wouldn't live that long. Don't limit yourself, Regina. My cousin, who is a French teacher, she was fluent in French, Italian, Spanish. Oh my God. I always feel like I'm leaving out a romance language, but I can't remember what it was. She was teaching herself Portuguese around the time that she died, unfortunately. When I say cousin, anyone in my family who could count as a cousin, like whether that means like second cousin once removed or like third cousin, whatever that means, or like first cousin twice removed, whatever. I just call them cousins. So
okay,
ages are all over the board. I once said that in a stream like a few weeks ago, and someone was like, "Your cousin died," and I was like, "Sorry, I should clarify. She was like in her 70s." And had lived a very full life. Granted, we all wanted, more time with her, but like, it's not like she was my age or 10 years older than me and died. Y'all are so knowledgeable. I know English and some Korean. That's cool.
Mhm.
Have you ever written a story in a language apart from English? If that's to everyone, feel free to comment in the chat. Estelle?
Well, in French, of course, and English, but mainly English.
I'm trying to think, have I actually done any creative writing in French? I feel like maybe I had to like write a really stupid like little story for like a class one time, but like I haven't written anything like on purpose for myself that like I'd actually want to share.
Well, my first NaNoWriMo was in French, so I still have the manuscript somewhere in my drawers, but I'm like, nope, I'm never gonna publish that ever.
Very Bad Books knows nothing about Wattpad and is scared to post there. I say post it. They are pretty good at, they have something in their website that you can't copy and paste from someone's posted story, which is very cool. And people can can do like inline comments, kind of like they do in Microsoft Word, and Scrivener, which is very cool. I was on there for a long time, and I just don't really log in anymore because it started getting overrun by One Direction fanfics. And I know there's other stuff on there, but I was just like, I don't feel like sifting through everything anymore. But I read The Kissing Booth before it was acquired by Netflix. There's something else on there. Oh, I read shoot. There was something else on there that kind of got big, and I
50,
read it before it like blew up, but I can't remember.
50 Shades of Grey is from what?
No. That was on a different website. That was on a different website. I did not go to that website. I only know it was a different website. Yeah, I have the start of this story posted on Wattpad actually, so I might just drop the link into it. I'm editing it, so like I'm changing the start of it a bit. So what you're reading on Wattpad won't necessarily be what is in the final book. But I will post a link to my thing in the chat once I finish logging in. I logged in with the wrong account. Okay. I don't remember my login. Great. I'll do that during the sprint. What's more popping? I think AO3 is for like unique stuff. Because like I said, Wattpad's pretty fan fiction-y now, but AO3 is fan fiction, but it just seems higher caliber from what I've heard. Do not take my word for this. And if you write on Wattpad, I'm not insulting Wattpad. I'm just saying there's a lot of stuff on Wattpad that like I don't really want to read. Okay, so we're gonna start the sprint because it is 8:30. Let me add the timer back. Share screen. Home tab, timer, and we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. These sprints are flying by. I don't know about you.
Oh, I was muted, sorry.
It's okay. How'd you do?
So to be fair, I cheated. I watched a YouTube video instead of writing.
I mean, I'd call you a cheater, which is true, but I'm also one because I didn't do any writing because I fell down the Wattpad rabbit hole because they've added a feature where you can add story notes. And so they're like, oh, what's your protagonist's name? Any other names for your protagonist? Like pronouns, attributes, and then there's like sliding scales for like extrovert, introvert, unlikable, likable, focused on the past or focused on the future, like more like logical or emotional. It's basically like a Myers-Briggs test, but it's like sliding scales for your character. And then you could say like, how will your character's personality change? Like positively, negatively, or no change. And like, what's their goal in the story? And is it physical or emotional? And there are like then other sliding scales for like what they have to do to change. And then what happens at the end of your story? Will they succeed in their goal? Yes or no? How do they feel? Yes or no? And I was like thinking a lot harder about it than I needed to because I was like, I know all the answers, but I kept just checking it over and over again. I don't know why. I put the link to the story in the comments. I initially accidentally sent the link as like me, which means like no one would be able to read it because they'd have to log into my account to read it. So then the correct link is up here. Yeah, so people can click on that. Kat had to go quickly. Stig, it is not part of my romance series. I started writing it after the first book of my story, of my trilogy, sorry. But I was working on my trilogy still while I was also working on this for school because I was doing a creative writing thesis class instead of English my final year of high school. So I was like, oh, well, I have a story idea. I might as well like use this class as an excuse to write it. So yeah, I haven't worked on it in a few years though. And Wattpad, I didn't update it. The last time I updated it was in 2016, but the last time I worked on it was in 2017. And it was for a while #1 in Biopunk on Wattpad, but it is now
47. I checked.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, they're flying by. 596 words for Lydia. 662 for Cora, 630 for Drea. Awesome. Regina, 459, 94 for Haley. Was that the last sprint? There will be one more carrot cake. Trinity got 14 words because I'm starting a new story for a Wattpad contest, and it's due tomorrow. Oh, ooh. You're okay. You're okay. You got this. Hi, Kim. Haven't seen you in a while. Nice to see you again. This code is from the last one, so do not enter this code. It will not work. I have to type in the new code for the final sprint that I have absolutely planned, depending on when. We might have time for one more after this, actually. I'm looking at the clock. It's not 9 yet. So we might have time for one more after this. In which case I will pick the tree. All of these trees so far, and the one that I'm about to do now, has been picked by my lovely co-host. 3TFHM78. 3TFHM78. It is on screen. Stig started reading it and then forgot to work on his own story. Well, thank you, Stig. I'll be looking for beta readers at some point. actually probably alpha readers first. So if you're interested, let me know. Also, if anyone wants to get my first book for free, I realize I should start promoting this more given I stream a lot. You can subscribe to my newsletter, which is zarahoffman.com/subscribe. And on my website, you can also see that I offer freelance editing services. I'm like, you know what? I've never plugged the other stuff I do. I should start plugging that.
Well, I will definitely subscribe to your newsletter to get that.
Thank you. Carrot Cake said, thank goodness I don't have much work planned for tonight, and I was hoping to do it during springtime. Yeah, we have the code up here, and then if we can start within the next 4 minutes, I think we'll have time for one more 20-minute sprint after this, which will be a total of 5 for the stream. So the code again is 3TFHM78. I know Very Bad Books didn't get into the last one and hasn't yet entered the room. So Very Bad Books, if you want to enter the room, I would do so soon. Yeah, okay, that's why I wanted to say it. For a second I was like, did I say the wrong word? Regina said, that's wonderful. I will subscribe. Thank you, Regina. Stig said, yes, time to pimp yourself out. You stream all the time. The thing is that like in my intro, I'm like, oh, I'm a self-published author. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's the main thing. And then I always forget where it's like, I also offer freelance editing and, you can get my book for free. So I need to start putting those in my video descriptions also.
Yes, definitely.
I will do that afterwards. More people are in the room. Trinity entered. Hello. Very Bad Books. You always want trees, but you're not in the room yet. I'm Kim. I held that spot for like over a year, and then I just stopped checking. So, because you missed the earlier conversation probably. Very Bad Books writes short stories and is writing a short story. I don't know if they only, and was wondering whether or not they should post on Wattpad. And I was saying, like I haven't been on there in a while. So the last time I checked, I think was actually a few months ago. So it might have been, it was definitely more than 1 year that I was #1. And then, I checked during this last sprint and I wasn't anymore. So that's okay. Stig, I'm going to get back to my own work now, but just one more paragraph of the matchmakers. Well, thank you. It is 8:58. Do we want to start the sprint a little bit prematurely to guarantee we have a 5th sprint? Let me know in the comments. The code again for the final time is 3TFHM78. I don't see anyone else entering the room. So, Estelle, do we start now? A minute early at this point? Or do we just wait another minute?
Well, we can wait another minute.
Works for me.
I have nowhere to be.
I don't either. I'm sorry. I don't like dead air, but like I want to give people a chance to enter the forest room if they want, but a lot of people aren't. Okay, Drea wants us to start. So we're going to do that. We're going to give the people what they want. So we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. That was the second to last sprint. How do people do? I watched a YouTube video and then I stopped smiling because I was looking at the election results so far. Just because that's stressful. It's not that like I'm necessarily getting bad news, but it's stressful.
Yeah, I was wondering if you had the president so far, but apparently not yet.
Even if we do, the current one isn't going to accept it unless it goes his way.
Yeah, that's what's scary.
Yup. Okay, I'm going to enter the code.
So which tree are you choosing?
I recently unlocked the 4-leaf clover.
Oh, nice.
And I figured we could all use a little luck these days. Whether it's doing well on Nano or for more, non-writerly reasons. So.
Well, I recently unlocked the maple tree.
Oh, I love maple. Ooh.
And I got the forest app just all because of you.
Yeah, one of these days I need to create a poll and or like a survey where it's like, did you like get the forest app because of me? And then like submit it to forest app and be like, can you sponsor me?
Yes, I definitely got it because of you, because of your last live stream. I wanted to participate, so I was like, yeah, I need to get that thing. And then even though I wasn't in the chat with you, or even though I wasn't looking especially to your live stream, I was like,
yeah, it's really good.
It's awesome. I love it. And so I need to get my words on the NaNoWriMo thingy.
Mana had to leave to walk her dog and figure out dinner. She is 3 hours behind me. Have a good last sprint, everyone. Well, we have one more after this. Or we have one more. Sorry. She wrote this during the previous sprint that we just finished. And she hit 2K for the day thanks to the stream. So that was awesome. Estelle said goodbye to her, and then I said goodbye a little bit later after she'd already left. Like I said, I'm not watching animal videos. I didn't say that. Sorry. I didn't say it, but I wrote it. Twins on YouTube were quizzing their friends on like whether or not they could tell them apart. And so many of the friends were like guessing and like sometimes getting it right, but a lot of them were getting it wrong. It was just funny. Hi, Miguel. Yes, we have one more sprint to go. Yeah, the world is very stressed right now. There was a tweet that Kim Chance, who's an author tuber, she retweeted and told Jesse Elliott, who's another author tuber. So she RT'd a tweet that said, there are emotional support Canadians on standby for people in the US. And so Kim Chance tweeted at Jesse Elliott and was like, you're my support Canadian. So Keelan Rivers is my support Canadian. They're also anxious because, they're our neighbors. I feel bad for them.
Of course. Even in Europe, we are anxious. Huh?
I mean, everyone in the world is anxious.
Mm-hmm.
Drea, only 278. 86. That's okay. 278 for Drea, only. That's good. That's good. 117 for Kim. Hello again. I know I said hello to you earlier, but I just haven't seen you in a while, so I'm probably going to keep saying it. Trinity got 185 words. Awesome. 150 words, and I'm 16 words away from 2,000 in the book. Awesome. Awesome.
Marvelous.
Yeah, I have Ecosia, so the first thing I see is actually I have Ecosia, but also tabs for a cause for Chrome. So the first thing I see is the tabs for a cause homepage, which is not stressful at all. Never heard of the Forest app. Yeah, I really love it. Thank you. So I had downloaded this years and years ago, and then I like kind of stopped using it just because I forgot to. Kind of once The start of college for me was kind of stressful, but I used it all throughout high school. And then I think Kate Kavanaugh or Brooke used it in one of their sprints because another friend of theirs had used it in one of their sprints, and I can't remember the friend who it was. But they used it like once, and then they're like, oh, like this is, like kind of hard to do all at the same time while hosting. And I was like, I can do this. I found my niche. So I've gone all in on the Forest app, as you can see. Thank you for all the support and encouragement. The dogs want to go to bed, so I'll say good night. Good night, Regina. I bought the first box set of your Montana Billionaire series during that sprint. I forgot to mention that, so I'll be reading those. Sorry, the wine is getting to me. Well, I mean, I was flubbing lines during like the third sprint, or talking after the third sprint, so the wine was also getting to me. 600 words. That sprint accidentally closed down my book. Oh no! Did you hit save before? Please tell me you hit save before you accidentally closed out of it, or have an auto save. I have to go to bed now. Good night, Trinity. Thank you for being here. I got also good luck on the contest tomorrow. I'm sure you'll do fine. Got forced that because of me. Yay. Working on transferring my works from Wattpad to a Google Doc so I can delete my work from Wattpad because I don't want my stuff stolen. I mentioned it earlier, Anna, that it's actually really hard to steal something from Wattpad because they have things on their website, coding-wise, that prevents you from being able to copy and paste. But like if you post your work publicly anywhere, someone might take an idea, which unfortunately you can't really do anything about because those are uncopyrightable. But there are plagiarism claims, of course, that come up every so often. But I wouldn't worry too much about it, actually. I think it's less of a how do I say this? It's less of a concern than I think a lot of people think it is. And then like pirating is like if your book is ever pirated, that really sucks, but also it doesn't happen that to most people. If you're self-publishing and you're worried, you can turn on digital rights management, which makes it harder to pirate, which I do always, but I'm not like worrying about my works being pirated either. So plagiarism from Wattpad and like direct plagiarism from Wattpad is hard to do. Yes, I'm excited to read them in my book to beat my 500 word count. So I will join another write-in. Does anyone? Okay, so we're doing one more sprint, Haley, and then I can look during this sprint to see if there's another one happening. I'm sure there is because it's NaNoWriMo and there are always sprints happening nowadays. Okay, Lydia's on Google Docs, so thankfully didn't lose anything. Good. Okay, the banner is up again. The code is 3GB8HE3. We're going to start very soon, so we have time to like close out at the end. I don't know what is happening with my mom. I'm going to just go to calendar, Google Calendar really quickly to see if I'm sure there are streams happening after me. But okay, there's nothing listed on the calendar that I see. Let's see. My filter lives. Features live. Yeah, I want to see if there's a live. Okay, TM Sparrow is hosting one, but I don't know how long. And the Right Mama is hosting one, and I don't know how long they're going to go for. Those are really the only ones I can see right now.
And there's one with Finch Press Publishing as well.
Okay, I didn't see that. That's good to know. If you search on YouTube, write in and then filter it so it only shows you live streams, I'm sure you'll be able to find something. Okay, we're going to start the next sprint in... Hold on, wait. Is the timer up on screen? No, it's not.
Oh, wait a minute. I need to put that quote.
Oop. 3GB 8HE3.
3GB.
3 GB HE3. I do not come up with these codes.
Got it.
Sig wants to get the Forest app. Yes, you should. It used to be a lot easier to steal stuff off of Wattpad, but yeah, now it's harder now. Your work is copyrighted as soon as it leaves your brain, so no one can steal as long as you prove when it was written. Yes. But an idea isn't really worth stealing without any good execution. That is also true. Okay, so we're going to say final sprint, and we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. that was the end of the final sprint. How did people do?
I got around 200-ish words, which isn't that bad, considering it's almost 4 a.m. here.
I know. You have been such a trooper for this whole thing. Thank you so much.
I took a nap.
I got 100 words, which is good for me, given how I've been doing. So I'm okay with that. Carrot Cake was watching YouTube because they didn't want to push myself tonight since I already got so much document organization done, and I'm happy with myself. That's good. Let's wait a little bit to see how people did. And then in the meantime, if you want to think about, your outro. Cool. Because I have a lot of guests who are like, I'm like, oh, an outro. And they're like, I'm not good at them. And I'm like, give me something. And they claim that they're not good at them. I want to be clear. I'm not insulting any of my fellow author tubers. They say that they're bad at outros. Miguel got 130 words. Awesome. Anna got 379 retyped. Very cool. When you say retyped, are you transcribing from what was handwritten, or I'm not totally sure what you mean by retyped, but awesome no matter what. Haley wrote 48 words and passed 2,000 in the book, but I still have to write a little bit more. That's okay. Like I said before, if you go onto YouTube and you start to write in or writing sprints and filter it to live, you should find things that are happening after this. Dre got 309. Awesome. Just waiting a bit longer. I'm going to pull up YouTube to see if comments are lagging. Oops, sorry about that. Kim said, spent the last sprint editing my nano vlog. Productive. Very good.
Yeah, I find it very difficult to do daily vlogs.
So my plan had been to do weekly vlogs for this month, but I was going to vlog daily because I was like, oh, I can use my phone to film when I'm talking, which I always do for vlogs, and normal videos too. But then I can use my DSLR camera, which my grandma got me over a decade ago, to film myself working. Because if my phone is on the Forest app and I'm working on my iPad for homework or something, because I'm not writing all the time every day because I am in grad school, it would film me and it would be perfect. And on November 1st, I found out that my camera only films for 5 minutes.
Oh, no.
And so I'm like, I need to find another way to film myself working. So I might just not do the Forest app that much anymore, unless I'm hosting streams like this, so I can get footage for my vlogs going forward. Even if I stop doing NaNoWriMo, I might just be like, okay, here are November vlogs. I haven't decided if I'm going to continue vlogging past me not being in NaNoWriMo anymore. I haven't decided that I'm not going to be in NaNoWriMo anymore. A lot of things are up in the air right now.
Okay. Because I decided to drop off NaNoWriMo, but I'm still continuing doing vlogs.
Yeah.
Not vlogs. I'm not posting 2 videos per week because it's too much.
Yeah.
So 1 video a week is fine.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I mean, I uploaded some videos in July, but I was doing daily vlogs, I think. And I know I was doing daily vlogs, minus a few exceptions. Yeah, I wasn't gonna push myself to push out extra video content on top of the vlogs. Wattpad to Google Doc. I forgot. 317 words and finished a map. Yes, for the whole stream. It is 9:55. So Estelle, do you want to give your sign off?
Yeah. So first of all, Zara, thank you so much for having me. It was really lovely to do sprints with you and to use the Forest app. I fell in love with it. Like I'm using it like every day because of you. So thank you.
You're welcome.
And for all those of you who are watching, thank you so much for being here and doing sprints with us. And as a reminder, I'm Estelle. I'm an indie author. I have a book coming out next year. It's a memoir guide about my life in London, which I'm not currently in London anymore, but still that was like a story about that. And if I can say so, make sure to follow me on YouTube because I get some writing vlogs and writing self-publishing advice videos as well.
Yes, her channel is linked down below. Thank you to everyone who is here. My name is Zara Hoffman. I'm a self-published author. I am also a freelance editor. If you go to my website, zarahoffman.com. If you subscribe to my newsletter, which you can access through my website, you get my first book for free. I am an author tuber. I make videos about musical theater, writing, and I host writing sprints 3 times a week on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Fridays like tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Sundays at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be hosting them this Sunday. So I hope to see you all there, and I hope you all have a good night or morning or afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. Bye.